Oh,
Oh.
okay, we're out. It's recording. Okay, bada bing, bada
Dun
bing.
dun 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 dun.
Down, down, down. Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, everyone? We're back again. It's Christmas time. You know what that means. On the Martin Podcast, we like to read a script of the Christmas Carol for a children's theater that's in the public domain. So I gathered a cast of characters again, and we're gonna read it. Charlie will not be with us because he thinks this idea is stupid. So I did not bother to tell him about it. Actually, I did see him today, and I was like, "Oh, we're gonna read the script." I didn't bother to ask you because I thought you wouldn't like it. And he said, "You know me so well," so he's okay with it. So we got everybody else here, and our Scrooge actually never showed up, but tonight the role Scrooge will be played by the understudy Sandy Benton. And I'm just gonna read stage directions this year. So I'll read stage directions, and I think we can probably get started. We'll all get for getting started. Say aye.
Hi.
Aye.
Aye.
Nice. Okay.
Nay.
We all know about the play, the story. Ebenezer, he's obsessed with solitude and greed, and it collides into a nightmare with his own youth and his lost love. In this theater, I don't have to read this part. Right. It's a lot of words.
That's bullshit. That's not fair.
No. Yeah.
Okay. This adaptation of Charles Dickens' story, Scrooge is visited by the spirits of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas yet to come. In A Christmas Carol by Frederick James, two scenes flow rapidly from one to the next, activated by the setting. Carolers sing fragments of joyous songs in the corners of Scrooge's mind, and a little girl with a doll accompanies him on the street and joins him on his dream journey. The visiting spirits of Christmas force Scrooge to confront people and scenes from his life that remind him of his friendlessness. He even sees his home and his future corpse being rifled by his own servants. Finally, he wakes to the reality of Christmas morning and discovers the joy of giving, loving, and caring for others. The play is designed to be produced on a simply mounted, non-realistic setting. A high platform that serves as Scrooge's bed is at downstage right. The space underneath it forms the entrance of Scrooge's office out of the idea that gives you stage.
No, keep going. You didn't need to-
Spoilers.
no,
Did
keep
we do
going.
it?
We
That
need
was
to
it,
set the
right?
stage. Yeah.
If we would have done this on stage,
No, that's what
no.
everybody should know. We're all standing on stage right now. We're
I don't-
acting this entire thing out.
I want the audience to like get this image in their mind. Okay, without further ado, A Christmas Carol, Scene 1, Scrooge in his shop. The play begins amid a swirl of street life in Victorian London. Happy groups pass, brightly costumed carolers and families call out to one another and sing joy to the world softly as the children talk. Bob Cratchit, a clerk who works in Scrooge's office, comes in. He takes some coal from the mound and puts in a small bucket. Scrooge's nephew, Fred, enters, talks with the children, gives them coins, and sends them away with a Merry Christmas. Okay,
Merry
Fred.
Christmas. Oh my God. A Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
Oh my.
Blah humbug.
Christmas is a humbug, Uncle. I hope that's meant as a joke.
Well, it's not. Come, what is it you want? Don't waste all day, nephew.
I only want to wish you a Merry Christmas, Uncle. Don't be cross.
What else can I be? Would I live in such a world of fools as this? Merry Christmas. Out with Merry Christmas! What's Christmas to you but a time for paying bills without money? A time for finding yourself a year older but not an hour richer? If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled with his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Uncle.
Nephew, keep Christmas in your own way and let me keep it in mine.
But you don't keep it.
Then leave it alone. I don't know why I sound like a monster now. All right.
He is a
And
monster.
leave it alone then. Much good it may do you. Much good it has ever done you.
Jabba the Hutt. Scrooge.
There are many things from which I have found enjoyment, but which I have not profited. I dare say Christmas amongst the rest. And though it has never put a scrap of gold in my pocket, I believe it has done me good and will do me good. And I say, God bless it.
Bah.
Don't be angry, Uncle. Come, dine with us tomorrow.
I'll dine alone, thank you.
But why?
Why? Why did you get married?
Why? Because I fell in love with a wonderful girl.
And I fell in love with being alone. Good afternoon.
Nay, Uncle, but you never came to see me before I was married. Why give it a reason for not coming now?
Good afternoon.
I'm sorry with all my heart to find you so determined, but I have made the attempt to honor Christmas, and I will keep that good spirit to the last. So a Merry Christmas, Uncle,
Good afternoon.
and a Happy New Year.
Good afternoon.
Right, it has to say it says to say something more. You see that Scrooge has gone to get a book down from the shelf and starts to leave. As he leaves, the doorbell rings.
Bells. Is it necessary to always have bells?
The gentleman visitor enters, causing the doorbell to ring again.
Cratchit.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
Wait, I'm Cratchit?
I thought I was Cratchit.
You're Peter now. Okay.
You're both Cratchit.
No, Tyler.
We do it at the same time.
I'm Bob.
Every other
I'm Bob
word.
Cratchit.
And
Oh, I think you're Peter Cratchit, Tyler.
I am. I'm sorry. My bad. Excuse me. Apologies. Wrong Cratchit.
Yes, sir.
Merry Christmas. Wolves howling and a
Sure.
Merry Christmas.
Skipped a lot. Wait, did we?
Wait, did I skip?
Who cares?
Oh wait,
Well,
the bell, fool. See to it.
yes, sir.
He goes to the entrance, muttering.
Merry Christmas. Wolves howling and a Merry Christmas.
It's for you, sir.
Of course it's for me. You're not receiving callers, are you? Show them in.
Right this way, sir.
The gentleman visitor approaches Scrooge.
Yes, yes.
Scrooge and Marley's, I believe. Have I the pleasure of addressing Mr. Scrooge or Mr. Marley?
Marley's dead. 7 years tonight. What is it you want?
I have no doubt that his kindness is well represented by his surviving partner. Here, sir, my card.
Yeah, and Scrooge's business card.
Kindness. No doubt of it. All right, I can read. What is it you want?
He returns to his work.
At this festive season of the year,
It's winter and cold.
He continues his work and ignores the gentleman visitor.
yes, it is, and more the reason for my visit. At this time of the year, it is more than usually desirable to make some slight provisions for the poor and penniless who suffer greatly from the cold. Many thousands are in the common necessaries. Hundreds of thousands are in want of common comforts, sir.
Are there no debtors' prisons?
Many, sir.
And the workhouse, is it still in operation?
It is still. I wish I could say it was not.
The poor law is still in full strength then.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad to hear it. From what you said, I was afraid someone had stopped its operation.
Under the impression that they barely provide Christmas cheer of mind or body to many people, a few of us are hoping to raise funds to buy pour some meat and drink and means of warmth. We chose this time because it is the time of all others when we want it strongly felt and abundance rejoices. May I put you down for something, sir?
Nothing.
You wish to be anonymous?
I wish to be left alone. Since you asked me what I wish, sir, that is my answer. I don't make merry myself at Christmas, and I can't afford to make lazy people merry. I help support the establishments I have mentioned. They cost enough, and those who are poorly off must go there.
Many can't go there, and many would rather die.
If they would rather die, they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Wait. Tough. All right. That is not my affair. My business is. It occupies me constantly.
He talks both to the gentleman visitor and himself while he thumbs through his books.
Ask a man to give up life and means. Fine thing. What is it, I want to know? Charity? Damned charity!
As though it was deep in his books, he vaguely hears the dinner bell being rung at the workhouse. He looks up as if he heard it, but never focuses on the actual scene. The warder of the poorhouse stands in the pool of light at the far left, slowly ringing the bell.
Dinner? All right, line up.
The poorly clad, dirty residents of the poorhouse line up and followed by two get their evening dish of gruel, wordlessly accepting it and going back to eating listlessly in the gloom. Scrooge returns to his business in the office. The procession continues for a moment, then the image of the poorhouse is hidden by the darkness. The dejected gentleman visitor exits.
Latch the door, Cratchit. Firmly, firmly. Draft as cold as Christmas blowing in here. Charity.
Suddenly, carolers appear on the platform, and a few phrases of the carols angels we have heard on high are heard. Scrooge looks up.
Cratchit!
As soon as Scrooge shouts, the carolers vanish, and Cratchit begins to close up the shop.
Cratchit!
Yes, sir.
Well, to work then.
It's evening, sir.
Is it?
Christmas evening, sir.
Oh, you'll want all day tomorrow off, I suppose.
If it's quite convenient, sir.
It's not convenient, and it's not fair. If I was to deduct half a crown from your salary for it, you'd think yourself ill-used, wouldn't you? Still, you expect me to pay a day's wage for a day of no work.
It's only once a year, sir.
Be here all the earlier the next morning.
I will, sir.
Then off.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, sir.
Ah,
As soon as Cratchit opens the door, the sounds of the street begin, very bright and loud. Cratchit is caught up in the swell of people hurrying down the street. Children are pulling along to the top of an ice slide, and he runs and slides out it, disappearing into the darkness as the stage suddenly is left almost empty. Scrooge goes around the room, blowing out candles, talking to himself.
Christmas Eve. Carolers. Bah! There. Another day.
He opens his door and peers out.
Black. Very black. Now where are they?
The children are heard singing carols for a moment.
Begging pennies for their songs, are they? Oh boy.
Scene 2, Scrooge goes home.
Hold it quiet. There, off now. That's it. Hi. Black as pitch. The house of Ebenezer Scrooge. Yes, here's the key.
He turns the key toward the door, and the face of Jacob, the face of Jacob Marley, Scrooge's deceased business partner, swims out of the darkness. Scrooge watches, unable to speak. He fumbles the match, lights a lantern, and swings it towards the figure which melts away. Pause. Scrooge fits the key in the lock and turns it as the door suddenly is opened from the inside by the porter, the Sparset. Scrooge is startled and then recovers.
Sparsit,
Yes, sir.
hurry, the door, close it.
Did you knock, sir?
Knock. What matter? Here, light me up the stairs.
Yes, sir.
He leads Scrooge upstairs and asks the cook on the way. Scrooge brushes by, here stops, looks back, and leads towards him.
Something to warm you, sir? Porridge?
No, nothing.
Waiting for her Christmas coin.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Scrooge ignores their request and the cook disappears. Mumbling, Scrooge follows Sparset. Looking back after the cook is gone.
Frightened man nearly out of his life. Merry Christmas. Bah.
Your room, sir.
Oh, yes. And good night.
Extending his hand for a coin.
Yes.
Merry Christmas, sir.
Yes.
You see the outstretched hand. He knows what the Sparset wants and is infuriated.
Ouch!
He closes the door after the Sparset, turns towards his chamber, and discovers the charwoman, a woman hired to do cleaning, directly behind him. Jenny.
Sorry. Sorry. Warm your bed for you, sir.
What? Out!
Aye, sir.
She starts for the door. Molly's voice is heard mumbling something unintelligible.
What's that?
Me, sir? Not a thing, sir.
Good night.
Good night.
She exits and Scrooge, Patton Mountain shutting the door behind her. The voice of Molly over an offstage microphone whispers and reverberates, "Merry Christmas, Scrooge." Silence. Scrooge hears her voice but cannot account for it. He climbs up to open the window and looks down. A cathedral choir singing, "O come, all you faithful," is heard in the distance. Scrooge listens a moment and shuts the window, prepares for bed. As soon as he has shut the sound out of his room, figures appear. They seem to be coming down the main aisle of a church, bearing gifts to the living nursery. The orchestra plays "O Come All You Faithful" as the procession follows out. Scrooge, ready for bed, warms himself before the heap of coals. As he pulls his nightcap from a chair, a small handbell tumbles onto the floor. Startled, he picks it up and rings it for reassurance. An echo answers it. Scrooge escapes to his bed. The bell sounds grow to a din, incoherent, as in a dream, then suddenly falls silent. Scrooge sits up in bed, listens, hears the chains of Marley coming up the stairs. Scrooge reaches for the bell to summon Sparset. The bell responds with a gong, and Marley appears. Him and Scrooge face one another.
What do you want with me?
In a ghostly, unreal voice.
Much.
Whoa. Oh my God.
Okay.
Holy shit.
No.
Oh my God.
That didn't sound real.
Oh.
It's
Who
very
are
good.
you?
Ask who I was.
Who were you?
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
He's dead.
7 years this night, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Why do you come here?
I must. It is commanded me. I must wander the world and see what I can no longer share, what I would not share when I walked where you do.
And must go thus?
The chain. Look at it, Ebenezer. Study it. Locks and vaults and golden coins. I forged it. Each link each day when I sat in these chairs commanded these rooms. Greed, Ebenezer Scrooge. Wealth. Feel them. Know them. Yours was as heavy as I wear 7 years ago, and you've labored to build it since.
If you're here to lecture, I have no time for it. It is late, the night is cold. I want comfort now.
I've none to give. I know not how you see me this night. I did not ask it. I have sat invisible beside you many and many a day. I commanded to bring you a choice, Ebenezer. Heed it.
Quickly then, quickly.
You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Skull
Is that
shit. I don't even say it.
Is that the chance?
Mark it.
I do not choose to.
Then you will walk where I do, burdened by your riches, your greed.
Spirits mean nothing to me.
Expect the first tomorrow when the bell tolls 1, the second the next night at the same hour, and the third upon the next night when the last stroke of 12 has ended. Look to see me no more, I must wander. Look, for your own sake, you remember what has passed between us.
Jacob? Don't leave me, Jacob! Jacob!
Goodbye, Ebenezer.
The Marley's last board as the funeral procession begins to move across the stage. A boy walks in front, a priest follows, swinging a censer. Sounds of mourning and the suggestion of church music are heard. Scrooge calls out, Jacob to lead, as if talking in the midst of a bad dream. Scrooge pulls shut the bed curtains. The bell sounds are picked up. The clock begins to chime. Breaking the hour, Scrooge sits up in bed and begins to count the chimes.
8, 9, 10, 11. It can't be 12. Midnight? No, not 12. It can't be. I haven't slept the whole day through. 12? Yes, 12 noon.
He hurries to the window, looks out.
Black, 12 midnight.
Pause.
I must get up. A day wasted. I must get down to the office.
2 small chimes are heard.
1/4 past, but it just rang 12. 15 minutes haven't gone past, not so quickly.
Again, 2 small chimes are heard.
1/4 to 1. The spirit, it's to come at 1.
He hurries to his bed as the chime rings again.
1.
Scene 3, the spirit of Christmas past. The hour is struck again by a large street clock, and the first spirit appears. It is a figure dressed to look like a little girl's doll.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold to me?
I am.
Oh
Who
my
and what
God.
are you?
I'm the ghost of Christmas past.
Ooh.
Real attitude. I think. Long past?
Your past.
Why are you here?
Your welfare. Rise. Walk with me.
I am mortal still. I cannot pass through air.
My hand.
Scrooge grabs the spirit's
Damn.
hand tightly, and the doll's bell rings softly. Scrooge remembers a scene from his past in which 2 boys greet each other in the street.
Hello, Jack.
Ben, Merry Christmas, Ben.
Jack Walton. Young Jack Walton. Spirits?
Have a good holiday, Jack.
Yes, I remember him. Both of them. Little Ben Benjamin. He used to.
See you next term, Jack. Next term.
They're off for the holidays and going home from school. It's Christmas time. All of the children off home now. No, not at all. There was one.
The spirit motions for Scrooge to turn, and he sees a young boy playing with a teddy bear and talking to it.
Yes. Reading. Poor boy.
What, I wonder?
Reading? Oh, it was nothing. Fancy, all fancy, make believe, and take me away. All of it. Yes, nonsense.
Alibaba.
Whoa.
Yes, that was it.
Genie, take me to the gate of Damascus.
Yes, O master, and jewels I shall bring you, and gold and myrrh and frankincense.
And they put him down. Do you remember that silly one at the gate of Damascus in his underdrawers? Asleep.
Yes, the genie turned the sultan's groom upside down and stood him on his head. Served him right, I say.
And all the thieves and the jars of oil.
Scrooge pretends to stab jars of oil with a skimper?
Scimitar.
Scimitar,
Scimitar.
whatever.
Skimter.
I've never seen that word before.
Me skimter.
You saw that word last year, Martin.
Yeah, you wrote the script.
I
You
didn't
wrote,
read the
you wrote the script. This is your play that you make
You
us
see this
read
word
every
once
year.
a year.
It's my second time.
Yes, and running them through this and this and this for each of you.
Yes, and remember Robinson Crusoe.
And the parrot!
Yes, the parrot. I love him the best.
Imitating the parrot. With his stripy green body and yellow tail, drooping along and couldn't sing honk, but could talk, and a thing like lettuce growing out of the top of its head. And he used to sit on the very top of the tree up there.
And Robinson Crusoe sailed around the island, and he thought the parrot said,
Robinson Crusoe, where have you been? Robinson Crusoe, where have you been?
and Robinson Crusoe looked up in the tree and saw the parrot and knew he hadn't escaped, and he was still there, still all alone there.
Poor Robinson Crusoe.
Sally replacing teddy bear.
Poor Robinson Crusoe.
Poor child. Poor child.
Why poor?
Fancy.
He tries
It-
to
it-
he tries to mask his feelings by being
I don't think these ones get read aloud.
Are they? I don't know. You know, fine.
This is just one of them. If you
Can
miss
you
it, you
read the
miss it.
names? Honestly, I think you're not reading enough. Can you read the names before they talk too?
And you also say like interior, like is it interior or
Yeah.
exterior?
Dude, Martin
What-
said pause.
What
He
page
read
are
pause?
what page are
footnotes
we
seem
on?
important.
We're on I know we're on page 15. Okay. You proceed.
It's his way, a child's way to lose being alone in dreams. Never matter if they're all nonsense. Yes, nonsense. But he'll be all right. Grow out of it. Yes, he did outgrow it. The nonsense. Became a man and left there, and he became a man. And yet successful, rich.
I want to read this one. The sadness returns.
Never matter.
Then Scrooge's sister runs in and goes to child Scrooge.
Fan!
Brother, dear brother.
She kisses child Scrooge.
Dear fan, in his eye, child Scrooge.
I've come to bring you home for good and ever. Come with me. Come now.
She takes his hand and they start to run off, but the spirit stops them. And
This
signals for the
girl.
light for them to fade. They look at the spirit aware of their role in the spirit's education of Scrooge.
Let me watch them go. Let them be happy for a moment.
Spirit says nothing. Scrooge turns away from them and the light goes out.
A delicate child. A breath might have withered her.
She dies a woman and had, as I remember, children.
One child.
At least she died a woman.
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway.
that's all we
Your-
asked for, is to die a woman.
Your nephew.
Yes, Fred, my nephew.
Do
Are
want
you
me to
reading?
read? I mean,
Well, it's up to you.
Okay,
It's
well, okay, you pause, starts to plaster through.
Well, all of us have that, haven't we? Childhoods, sadness. But we grow and we become men, masters of ourselves.
The spirit gesture is for the music. Fezziwig's party to begin. It is heard first as from a great distance, then Scrooge becomes aware of it.
I've no time for it, Spirit. Music and all your Christmas nonsense. Yes, I've learned what you have to show me.
Fezziwig, young Ebenezer, and Dick appear, busily preparing for the party.
Yo ho there, Ebenezer, Dick.
Fezziwig! It's old Fezziwig that I apprenticed under.
Your master?
Oh, yes, and the best that any boy could have. There's Dick Wilkins. Bless me. He was very much attached to me, was Dick.
Mhm.
Poor Dick. Dear.
Yo ho, my boys. No more work tonight. Christmas Eve, Dick. Christmas. Ebenezer, let's have the shutters up before a man can say Jack Robinson.
The music continues. Chandeliers are pulling a position, and mistletoe, holly, and ivy are draped over everything by bustling servants. Dancers fill the stage to Fezziwig's wonderful Christmas party. In the midst of the dancing and the laughter, servants pass back and forth through the crowd with huge platters of food. At a pause in the music, young Ebenezer, who is dancing, calls out,
Mr. Fezziwig, sir, you're a wonderful master.
A wonderful,
A wonderful
master.
master.
That's pretty good.
You guys nailed it.
Echoing the phrase.
A wonderful master.
The music changes suddenly, and the dancers jerk into distorted postures and then begin to move in slow motion. The celebrants slowly exit, performing a ghoulish dance to the jarring sounds.
Just because he gave us a party, it was very small.
Small.
He spent a few pounds of your mortal money, 3, 4 at the most. Is that so much that he deserves this praise?
But it wasn't the money. He had the power to make us happy, to make our service light or burdensome. The happiness he gives is quite as great as if it had cost a fortune. That's what a good master is.
Yes.
No, nothing.
Something, I think.
I should like to be able to say a word or two to my clerk just now, that's all.
But this is all in your past. Your clerk, Cratchit, couldn't be here.
No, of course not. Not an idle thought. Are we done?
Motioning for the waltz music to begin.
Nearly.
Hearing the walls and remembering it.
Surely it's enough. Haven't you tormented me enough?
Young Ebenezer sing waltzing with his sweetheart.
I only show the past, what it promised you. Look, another promise.
Oh yes, I had forgotten her. Don't they dance beautifully? So young. I would have married her if only.
You love me, Ebenezer. I bring no dowry into my marriage, only love, only me. It's no currency that you can buy and sell with, but we can live with it. Can you?
She pauses, then returns the ring to Scrooge, give her as his pledge.
I release you, Ebenezer, for the love of the man you once were. Will that man win me again now that he's free?
Trying to speak to her.
If only you had held me to it. You should have not let me go. I was young. I did love you.
Speaking to young Ebenezer.
We've never lied to one another. May you be happy in the life you've chosen. Goodbye.
She runs out. Young Ebenezer slowly leaves.
No, it was not meant that way.
You cannot change now what you would not change then. I'm your mistakes, Ebenezer Scrooge. All the things you could have done and did not.
Then leave me. I am done with them. I shall live with them. As I have, as I do, as I will.
There is another Christmas, 7 years ago, when Marley died.
No! I will not see it. I will not. He dies. I could not prevent it. I did not choose for him to die on Christmas Day.
And when his day was chosen, What did you do then?
I looked after his affairs.
His business.
Yes, his business, mine. It was all I had, all that I could do in this world. I have nothing to do with the world to come after.
Then I will leave you.
Not yet. Don't leave me here. Tell me what I must do. What of the other spirits?
They will come.
And you? What of you?
I am always with you.
Scrooge
Ooh.
Scrooge simply heads to bed. Signal the chiming of Scrooge's bell. Scrooge sits upright in bed as he hears the chimes.
1 minute until 1. No one here. No one's coming.
A larger clock strikes 1 o'clock. Scene 4. Spirit and Christmas present. Light comes on. Scrooge becomes aware of it and goes slowly to it. He sees the second spirit, the spirit of Christmas present, who looks like Fezziwig.
Fezziwig?
Hello, Scrooge.
But you can't be. Not Fezziwig.
Do you see me as him?
I do.
And hear me as him?
I do.
I wish I were the gentleman so as not to disappoint you.
But you're not.
No, Mr. Scrooge, you have never seen the like of me before. I am the ghost of Christmas present.
But
you see what you will see, Scrooge, no more. Will you walk out with me this Christmas Eve?
But I'm not yet dressed.
Take my tales, dear boy. We're leaving.
Wait!
What is it now?
Christmas present, did you say?
I did.
You sound like the SNL guy, the SNL
announcer. Then we are traveling here in this town, London, just down there.
Yes, of course.
Then could we walk? Your flying is, well, too sudden for an old man. Well,
it's your Christmas, Scrooge. I am only the guy.
Puzzle.
Then we can walk.
Spirit nods.
Where are you guiding me to?
Bob Cratchit's.
My clerk?
You did want to talk to him?
Scrooge pauses, uncertain how to answer.
Don't worry, Scrooge. You won't have to.
Trying to change the subject to cover his error.
Shouldn't be much of a trip with 15 bob a week. How far off can it be?
A world away, Scrooge. At least that far.
Scrooge and the spirit head start to step off a curb when a funeral procession enters with a child's coffin, followed by the poorhouse children who are singing.
That is the way to it, Scrooge.
The procession follows the coffin off stage. Scrooge and the spirit exit after the procession. As they leave, the light focuses on Mrs. Cratchit and her children. Mrs. Cratchit sings as she puts Tiny Tim and the other children to bed, all in one bed. She pulls a dark blanket over them, singing.
Wake, you shall have all the pretty little horses, blacks and bays, dapples and grays. All the pretty little horses. To sleep now, all of you, Christmas tomorrow.
He kisses them and goes to Bob Cratchit, who is by the hearth.
How did our little tiny Tim behave?
As good as gold and better. He told me coming home that he hoped the people saw him in the church because he was a cripple. And it might be pleasant for them to remember upon Christmas Day who made the lame to walk and the blind to see.
Good boy.
The second spirit of Scrooge after Mrs. Cratchit feels a sudden draft.
Oh, the wind.
She gets out to shut the door.
Hurry.
He nudges Scrooge in before Mrs. Cratchit shuts the door.
Hardly hospitable is what I'd say.
Oh, they'd say a great deal more, Scrooge, if they could see you.
Oh, they should they?
Well, I might have a word for them.
You're here to listen.
Oh, yes, all right. By the fire? But, oh, they'd separate.
Oh, that's
But not a word. Why would they separate?
There's
Public
typos.
domain bullshit.
The other second spirit.
It's
The
a
second.
free script.
It's a
Yeah,
free
raising his
script.
class.
My dear to Mr. Scrooge, I give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. I wish I had him here. I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon and hope he'd have a good appetite for it.
My dear Christmas Eve.
It should be Christmas Eve, I'm sure, when one drinks to the health of such an odious, stingy, hard, unfeeling man as Mr. Scrooge. You know he is, Robert. Nobody knows it better than you do, poor dear.
I only know one thing on Christmas, that one must be charitable.
I'll drink to his health for your sake in the days, not for his. Long life to him, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. He'll be very merry and very happy, I have no doubt.
If he cannot be, we must be happy for him. A song is what's needed. Tim!
I've just gotten him down and he needs all the sleep he can get.
If he's asleep on Christmas Eve, I'll be much mistaken. Tim, he must sing, dear. There's nothing else that might make him well.
Save our marriage. Sing a song.
Please.
Yeah, yes, Father.
Are you awake?
Just a little.
A song then.
The children awaken and led by Tiny Tim sing "What Child Is This?" as they sing.
What?
Sing it, Martin.
Is that a song? Also, is that a song?
Sing it.
That's all I know. Scrooge speaks.
Spirit.
He holds up his hand. All stop singing and look at him.
I've seen enough.
When the spirit signals to the children, they leave the stage, singing the carol quietly. Tiny Tim remains covered completely by the dark blanket, disappearing against the black.
Tiny Tim. Will he live?
He is very ill. Even song cannot keep him whole through a cold winter.
But you haven't told me.
If he if he be like to die, he had better
What?
do it and decrease the surplus population.
It do be like to die sometimes.
It do be- if he be like to die.
Scrooge turns away.
Erase, Scrooge, those words from your thoughts. You are not the judge. Do not judge, then. It may be that in the sight of heaven you are more worthless and less fit to live than millions like this poor man's child. Oh God, to hear an insect on a leaf pronouncing that there is too much life among hid hungry brothers in the dust. Goodbye, Scrooge.
Is there no happiness in Christmas present?
There is.
Take me there.
It is at the home of your nephew.
No!
Disgusted with Scrooge.
Then there is none.
But that isn't enough. You must teach me.
Would you have a teacher, Scrooge? Look at your own words.
The first spirit gave me more.
He was Christmas past. There was a lifetime he could choose from. I have only this day, one day, and you, Scrooge. I have nearly lived my fill of both. Christmas present must be gone at midnight. That is near now.
He speaks to two beggar children who pause shyly by the far side of the stage. The children are thin and sickly. They're barefoot and wear filthy rags.
Come.
They go to him.
That's what they used to be.
Yeah.
Is this the last spirit who is to come to me?
They are no spirits. They are real. Hunger, ignorance. not spirits. Scrooge, passing dreams. They are real. They walk your streets, look to you for comfort, and you deny them. Deny them not too long, Scrooge. They will grow and multiply, and they will not remain children.
Have they no place to go? No resource for help?
Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Come, it's Christmas Eve.
You said that tenderly to the children.
Yeah,
come. Come.
Sorry, my
It's
bad,
Christmas
narrator.
Eve.
You leave them off
Mm.
stage. Scene 5, the spirit of Christmas yet to come.
Gotta get the spirit to come.
Yeah, hasn't come yet. Might take a while. Scrooge is entirely alone for a long moment. He is frightened by the darkness and feels it approaching him. Suddenly he stops, senses the presence of the third spirit, turns toward him and sees him. The spirit is bent and cloaked. No physical features are distinguishable.
You are the third,
Spirit says nothing.
the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
The spirit says nothing.
Speak to me. Tell me what is to happen to me, to all of us.
The spirit says nothing.
Then show me what I must see.
The spirit points. Light illuminates the shadow of Scrooge's house.
I know it. I know it too well. Cold and cheerless is mine.
The cook and the chart woman are dimly visible in Scrooge's house.
What it is? There are thieves! There are thieves in my rooms!
He starts towards to confront them, but the spirit beckons for him to stop.
I cannot! You cannot tell me that I must watch them and do nothing. I will not. It is mine still.
He rushes into the house to claim his belongings to protect them. The two women did not notice his presence.
He ain't about, is he?
Charlotte laughs.
Poor old Scrooge has met his end.
She laughs with the charred woman.
Ain't time for it too. Ain't been alive indeed for half his life.
But the Sparsit's nowhere, is he?
Emerging from the blackness.
Looking for someone, ladies.
The cook shrieks, but the charred woman shrieks another, more practically anticipating competition from Sparson.
There ain't enough but for the two of us.
More than enough. If you know where to look.
Oddly decent is what I'd say. Oddly decent. The poor old fella oddly cold, and you're thieving his wardrobe.
You're out here Are you?
There's no time for that.
Spurs there acknowledges Scrooge for the first time, gesturing towards him as if the living Scrooge were the corpse. Scrooge stands as if rooted to the spot, held there by the power of the spirit.
He ain't about to bother us, is he?
Ain't he a picture?
If he is, it ain't a happy one.
Ladies, shall we start? Cook.
They're gold, ain't they?
The purest, madam.
I always had a fancy for that nightcap of his. My old man could use it.
He takes the nightcap from
Yeah.
Scrooge's head. Sparson playfully removes Scrooge's outer garment, the coat or cloak that he has worn in the previous scenes.
Being a man of more practical taste, I'll go for the wasted. And I hope the smell ain't permanent. Cook it. We go round again.
Do you think that little belly's always ringing at me is silver enough to sell?
The three of them move toward the nightstand, and Scrooge cries out.
No more! No more!
As the spirit directs Scrooge's attention to the tableau, The three thieves standing poised over the silver bell. Scrooge burst out the house, clad only in nightshirt.
I cannot. The room is too like a cheerless place that is familiar. I won't see it. Let us go from here. Anywhere.
The spirit directs his attention to the Cratchit house. The children are sitting together near Mrs. Cratchit, who is sewing a coat. Peter reads by the light of the coals.
And he took a child and set him in the midst of them.
Putting her hand on her face.
Light tires my eyes so.
Pause.
They're better now. It makes them tired to try to see by firelight, and I wouldn't show reddened eyes to your father when he comes home for the world. It must be near his time now.
Past it, I think, but he walks slower than he used to these last few days, Mother.
I have known him to walk with Tiny Tim upon his shoulder very fast indeed.
She gathers herself and hurries on.
But he was very light to carry, and his father loved him, so that it was no trouble. No trouble.
She hears Bob Cratchit approaching.
Smiles, everyone, smiles.
Entering.
My dear Peter.
He greets out the children by their real names.
Oh, thank God.
How's it going? How coming?
Handed him the coat.
Nearly done.
Oh, yes, good. I'm sure that it will be done long before Sunday.
Sunday. You went today then, Robert?
Yes, it's already 2:00 and a nice place. It would have done you good to see how green it is, but you'll see it often. I promised that I would walk there on Sunday. Often?
Didn't hurt ourselves for it, Robert.
No, he wouldn't have wanted that. Come now, you won't guess who I've seen. Scrooge's nephew, Fred. And he's asked after us and said he was heartily sorry and to give his respect to my good wife. How he ever knew that, I don't know.
Knew what, my dear?
Why, that you were a good wife.
Everybody knows that.
I hope they do. Heartily sorry, he said, for your good wife. And if I can be of service to you in any way, and he gave me his card. That's where I live. And Peter, I shouldn't be at all surprised if he got you a position.
Only hear that, Peter.
And then you'll be keeping company with some young girl and setting up.
Go on.
And setting up for yourself.
Oh, go on.
Well, it will happen one day. But remember, when that day does come, as it must, we must none of us forget poor Tiny Tim and this first parting in our family.
He died! No!
He steps back. The scene
Twist.
disappears. He moves away from the spirit. Scene 6. Scrooge's conversion.
Whoa, he turns Jewish?
I was just impressed with Martin's ability to know that was 6.
Yeah.
Scene V.
VI? Scene by.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he would not. No! You cannot tell me that he has died, for the Christmas has not come. I will not let it come. I will be there. It was me. Yes, and I knew it, and I couldn't look. I won't be able to help. I won't.
Pause.
Spirit, hear me. I am not the man I was. I will not be that man that I have been for so many years. Why show me all of this if I am past all hope? Assure me that I yet may change these shadows you have shown me. Let the boy live! I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year. I will in the past, the present, and the future. The spirits of all three shall strive. Yeah, okay. Strive within me. I will not shut out the lessons that they teach. Oh, tell me that I am not too late.
Blackout. When the lights come up again, Scrooge is in bed. The third spirit has disappeared. Scrooge awakens and looks around his room.
The curtains. They are mine and they are real. They are not sold. They are here. I am here. The shadows to come may be dispelled. They will be. I know they will be.
He dresses himself hurriedly.
I don't know what to do. I'm as light as a feather. Merry as a boy again. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. A Happy New Year to all the world. Hello there. Whoop. Hello. What day of the month is it? How long did the spirits keep me? Never mind, I don't care.
He opens the window and calls out to a boy in the street below.
Hey, what's today?
Eh?
What's the day, my fine fellow?
Today? Why? Christmas Day.
It's Christmas Day. I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. Of course they can save Tim. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the poulterers in the next street at the corner?
I should hope I do.
An intelligent boy, a remarkable boy. Do you know whether they've sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there? Not the little prize, the big one.
What, the one as big as me?
What a delightful boy. Yes, my bucko.
It's hanging there now.
It is. Go and buy it.
Oh, go on.
I'm in earnest. Go and buy it and tell him to bring it here that I may give them the direction where to take it. Come back with the butcher and I'll give you a shilling. Come back in less than 2 minutes and I'll give you half a crown.
Right, guy.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'll send it to Bob Cratchit's. He shan't know who sent it. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim, and such a Christmas dinner it will make.
Carolers suddenly appears singing "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." Scrooge leans out the window and joins them in song.
I must dress, I must. It's Christmas Day. I must be in all my best for such a day. Where is my China silk shirt?
A kimono. Christmas kimono.
The boy and the butcher run in with the turkey.
What? Back already? And such a turkey. Why, you can't carry that all the way to the Cratchits. Here, boy, here's your half a crown, and here an address in Camden Town. See that it gets there. Here, money for the cab, for the turkey, and for you, good man.
The boy and the butcher delighted to catch the money and run out. Scrooge sees the gentleman visitor walking out the window.
Hello, sir.
Looking up sadly, less than festive.
Hello, sir.
My dear sir, how do you do? I hope you succeeded yesterday. It was very kind of you to stop by to see me.
In disbelief.
Mr. Scrooge?
Yes, that is my name, and I fear it may not be pleasant to you. Allow me to ask your pardon, and will you have the good news to add this?
Throw in him a purse.
To your good work.
Lord bless me. My dear Mr. Scrooge, are you serious?
If you please, not a penny less. A great many back payments are included in it, I assure you. Will you do me that favor?
My dear sir, I don't know what I can say to such generosity.
Say nothing! Accept it. Come and see me. Will you come and see me?
I will.
Thank you. I am much obliged to you. I thank you 50 times. God bless you and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you, sir.
Running downstairs out of this house and onto the street.
Now, which way is that way to that nephew's house? Girl!
Appearing immediately.
Yes, sir.
Can you find me a taxi, miss?
I can, sir.
The coachman appears, handing the coachman a card.
Can you show me the way to this home?
I can, sir.
Good man. Come up, girl.
They mount to the top of the taxi.
Whoa.
This action must be stylistically suggestive.
I think so.
Festive.
Yeah.
Would you be an old man's guide to a Christmas dinner?
I would, sir, and God bless you.
Yes, God bless us, everyone.
Raising his voice almost in song.
Driver to Christmas.
They exit all singing Joy to the World. Blackout. Light comes up for the finale at Brad's house. The Cratchits are there with Tiny Tim. All stop moving and talking when they see Scrooge standing in the center, embarrassed and humbled.
Well, I'm very glad to be here at my nephew's house.
Starts to cry.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Softly. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Sing deck the halls, greeting one another, exchanging gifts. Scrooge puts Tiny Tim on his shoulders, shouting at the end as the carol ends, God bless us, everyone. To the audience.
Oh, yes. God bless us, everyone.
Yay, God bless us.
God bless us right now.
Can we do some more pauses?
I think reading that, it seems like Scrooge is having a manic episode at the end there. He's like giving everyone his money.
Well-
He's like, I saw a ghost last night. and I'm
I did it
crying
all
the
in one
time."
night.
Yeah, I think that was a good dress rehearsal. So let's do it for real. Let's rock it.
Well, the cast of characters, stage directions, and Tiny Tim was me, Martin Phillips.
And
Sweetheart.
you made yourself Tiny Tim, right?
Yes, that was my decision. I volunteered, so don't worry. Don't worry.
I knew that voice from somewhere.
I'm so terrible a person. Not these guys. Sweetheart of young Scrooge and the role of girl, Sophie Shriver. Young Scrooge, Alex Castaigne. Mrs. Cratchit, Natalie McGill. Fezziwig and the Ghost of Christmas Present, Winston Hodges. Jack Walton, Coachman, Sparson, Matt Eisenberg, Jacob Marley. Am I reading these? Wait, maybe I should have said their name and then what they. Okay, anyway. Okay, Jacob Marley was Caitlin McDevitt. Cook, Peter Cratchit, and Boy was Tyler Simpson. Ghost of Christmas Present and Charwoman was Jenny Quistel. Warder, Dick Wilkins, who actually didn't have any lines.
Yeah, what the hell, Martin?
yeah.
I think it was more of a visual role that I didn't realize. And Scrooge's sister Fan, Kevin Skiffington, Gentleman Visser, and Ben Benjamin was Noah Goldstein. Fred was played by Manda. What's her last name?
Laporte.
Bob Cratchit was Phil Mike, and our Ebenezer Scrooge was Sandy Benton.
Incredible performance.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Have to be Scrooge every year.
Yeah.
Dream come true, truly.
We did it again.
And this
so-
was brought to you by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and supporters like you.
Funded by Squarespace.
Yeah. So have you?
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, thanks for doing it, everyone. It was fun.